Breaking news, a leaked draft of the 2024 crypto bill reveals that U.S. Congress is officially backing XRP as legal tender. If this goes through, it could send XRP skyrocketing to $1,000. We've got the inside scoop on 3 key clauses that could completely revolutionize Ripple's future. This is not a drill, and this is your front row seat to the future of finance. Stay with us, because what's coming could be bigger than anything we've ever seen. Let's start by diving into the 2024 crypto bill and why this piece of legislation could have monumental consequences for Ripple and XRP. Now, for those of you who haven't been following the news closely, the Loomis-Gillibrand bill and FIT21 have been major talking points in the cryptocurrency world. These bills were created to provide clarity on how cryptocurrencies should be treated by the U.S. government and what role they should play in the economy. The exciting part, these bills have been gaining traction with lawmakers on both sides of the political spectrum. In fact, we've already seen positive reactions from prominent figures like Senator Cynthia Loomis, who has consistently shown support for Bitcoin and other digital assets. But what does this mean for XRP? Well, this draft bill takes things to the next level. Hidden in the details is the clause that officially recognizes XRP as legal tender, a move that could send shockwaves throughout the financial world. By giving XRP legal status for cross-border payments, the U.S. government is signaling that the crypto asset is not just a speculative investment, but a fundamental tool in the global payments infrastructure. This bill could potentially make XRP a critical part of the U.S. dollar's international presence, potentially revolutionizing the way we think about money and transactions. Now let's talk about how Ripple got to this point. It's no secret that Ripple has been actively lobbying Congress, and they've made some major moves behind the scenes. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO, has been particularly vocal about pushing for clear regulations in the crypto space. His testimony before Congress has highlighted XRP's compliance with U.S. laws, positioning Ripple as a trustworthy player in the financial world. Ripple's approach has been about showing that they are willing to cooperate with regulatory authorities, ensuring that XRP is compliant with crucial standards, including OFAC sanctions. This compliance has been one of the biggest factors in building confidence with lawmakers, unlike other cryptocurrencies, which may raise concerns over potential misuse or regulatory violations. XRP's transparency and cooperation with regulators have helped it earn favor in Washington. With this, Ripple has made a compelling case that XRP is the future of cross-border payments, and Congress appears to be listening. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the potential price of XRP. You're probably wondering, could XRP really hit $1,000? To some, that may sound like a pipe dream, but let's break it down logically. Historically, we've seen massive price jumps in the cryptocurrency market when new regulatory changes are introduced, or when there's a major shift in public perception. Take, for example, the 2017 Bitcoin ETF rumors, when news spread that the SEC was considering an ETF for Bitcoin. We saw the price of Bitcoin surge to nearly $20,000, while XRP has had its ups and downs. The path forward could be much more explosive. Think of the ripple effect, no pun intended, this could have on the market. If Congress officially recognizes XRP as a legal tender and facilitates its use for cross-border payments, the entire landscape of international finance could change. This opens the door for institutional investors, global banks, and government-backed organizations to adopt XRP on a massive scale. Remember, XRP is already being used by major institutions like Santander and SBI Holdings. And with this new legislation, we could see an even bigger influx of players into Ripple's ecosystem. Moreover, if XRP gains the same level of recognition that Bitcoin or Ethereum have enjoyed in recent years, we could see demand for XRP skyrocket, driving up the price. The introduction of the XRP-backed digital dollar, a concept Ripple has already been working on with some central banks, could further bolster its legitimacy and usefulness. XRP could become the cornerstone of a new financial system. Let's talk about the broader implications. If XRP is indeed recognized as legal tender for cross-border payments, it could change the entire dynamics of international finance. SWIFT, The traditional backbone of international bank payments operates with settlement times of 3 days, but XRP settles transactions in just 3 seconds. This huge difference in speed and cost makes XRP an attractive option for any financial institution looking to modernize their infrastructure. Ripple. The network that uses XRP has been growing steadily over the years. It's already being used by over 300 financial institutions globally, including household names in the banking industry, but with the crypto bill's approval, the usage of XRP could go into overdrive. The US government would essentially be endorsing XRP's use in global finance, making it a preferred choice for banks looking to streamline their international payment operations. For example, we've seen XRP's liquidity role in Japan's JPY coin pilot, where it's been used to enable faster and cheaper cross-border remittances. This is a prime example of XRP's capability to disrupt the traditional financial system and why it could see widespread adoption once legal clarity is provided. Now, when can we expect these changes to take place? Given the current state of the cryptocurrency market, we could realistically see a huge shift by 2025 if this bill passes and XRP is recognized as legal tender. A large portion of the banking sector could adopt it as a cross-border payment solution. The timeline could be accelerated, especially if Ripple continues to make inroads with central banks around the world, which they are already doing. 30% of the world's banks might be using XRP by 2025. This is entirely possible if the bill's provisions are adopted, and Ripple can prove XRP scalability and compliance with international standards. The passage of the 2024 crypto bill could mark a monumental moment in the world of cryptocurrency and finance. The recognition of XRP as legal tender would not only validate Ripple's vision, but could set the stage for XRP to become a core part of the global financial infrastructure, from institutional adoption to its role as a bridge asset for cross-border payments. The future of XRP is looking incredibly bright. Could XRP reach $1,000? While it's speculative, the recent developments in Washington suggest that this is a real possibility. As XRP becomes more deeply integrated into global finance, we could see a surge in demand that pushes the price to new heights. The US government's endorsement is the missing piece of the puzzle. And once this legislation passes, the floodgates could open for XRP. If you think XRP is just another crypto, think again. The US government is backing it as the future of cross-border payments, and Ripple's strategic moves are setting it up for a massive breakout. Don't miss out on the chance to stay ahead of the curve. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay tuned as we follow the latest developments in this groundbreaking story. This is just the beginning, and the future of finance is being written right now. Get ready for XRP to take the spotlight.